for a DT build, but in fact he was going for the Temple Archives for the Arbiter Tribunal. But regardless, this SCV is scouting out over here. He does see that Nexus is up over there on the left-hand side, and I don't know what Hwasin can do about it, to be completely honest with you. However, the fact that Backho has been on 2 bases and been completely aggressive rather than taking a third has put Hwasin in a lot better of a position than you would expect, because Backho, even though he did take out a whole bunch of stuff and he microed extremely well and he killed a bunch of SCVs, he actually didn't do all that much damage. I mean, there's still decent saturation at the natural, and there's decent saturation at the main, so it's actually not that bad, to be completely honest with you. And observers now are out on the field. I think Hwasin does know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hwasin knows about that proxy robotics facility, so he may decide to send over a unit eventually. And Backho has actually, I want to comment on this also, Backho has positioned that robotics facility in a position where a tank on the high ground can't actually reach it, so that forces Hwasin to go all the way around the long way, and that leaves the option for Backho to just pick off units as they come along. However, Backho does have way more probes, or way more miners, I should say, than Hwasin has. So I gotta say, he's in a really good position here, and yeah, it is the DT tech that he is going for. So DTs are now out in the field. We're gonna see if he decides to drop them, or if he just decides to try to walk in the main here. Walking in the natural, and walking in the natural just seems like it's just not a good idea at this point. Turrets there, and a turret there with some tanks and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, he has decided to load up, and you usually don't see this. You usually either see Reaver drop or DT drop, and you never usually see Reaver DT or Reaver T or whatever you want to call those Mr. T's that are in that shuttle. So pretty interesting play going on here. We're gonna see what he does with it, though. I think the turrets are in a decent position where he can't really get in there all that well, but you never know. I mean, he could very well just drop and be in a decent position. He could swing all the way around the backside. But it looks like he's just idling it there. I think he knows that he's going to have a tough time getting in there. And it looks like he's switching to Arbiters, which are massively powerful on this map. And to be honest with you, given the map, I'm just thinking about it now, and I don't think that Hwasin is in a very good position at all, like even a neutral position, or even like a semi-bad position. He's just in a horrible position. Running in some vultures here, though, to do a vulture harass. This is pretty standard old school stuff. I mean, you usually see stuff like this in old school games. The vulture harass is what the Terran players base their PvT or TVP on. But what was I talking about here? Yeah, just because of the map, the way the map is, he needs to cross the bridges. In this stage of the game, as soon as Arbiters get out, it's just going to be impossible for him to cross. So I just don't think it's looking up too far up for whatchamacallit, for Hwasin. Anyways, it looks like Backho is just doing some mine clearing now. He's getting his Arbiter Tribunal up. Wow, you gotta be careful there, Rhinoton, walking around in the Valley of Death there, next to those mines. But yeah, both players I think are just posturing up right now. I think Hwasin's just trying to play catch up, but at the same time he needs to play catch up in a huge way. He needs to catch up and then mustard, because he's just so far behind. Yeah, he needs to take a base. Like, just the way this is working, it's not it's just not working the way this is going. Regardless, I think once Backho gets this into full effect, to be honest, I hate this stage in the game where we just sit around and we wait for the Protoss player to just mass up. I mean, we saw it in the previous game with Shuttle, and it's just such a horrible experience, especially if you're a Terran player at all. It's just such an awful experience just knowing that just knowing that the Protoss player is just massing up and there's nothing you can do about it. Like harassing as a Terran player, pretty much all you got is vultures. And if the Protoss player has set up his buildings the way he should, with pylon walls and cannons and dragoons and all kinds of stuff, you're really just in a bad position. Some mines going off there, but not doing too much, not getting any kills or anything like that. Now building his first Arbiter. And yeah, once that gets out in the field, it's just not going to be. It's going to be curtains, I think, for a Terran player. And now sending in a Vulture here, but one Vulture is not going to do the damage that he needs it to do. No matter how good your micro is, even if that thing starts rapid firing, if that thing has a machine gun on it, I just don't think it's going to be able to do the damage that he needs to do. And actually, target firing the cannon, which is a really big mistake here. Yeah, that's not good at all. Vultures going down on the left side there. It doesn't look like Hwasin's making any attempt to expand here, and it's 4 bases versus 2 bases, which is just a sickeningly good position for the Protoss player. He's definitely going to recall. Usually the Protoss player is a little bit skeptical about the recall because as soon as you recall, you open yourself up to a Terran push, but I don't think Hwasin has the ability to push in any form of way, especially a Terran way. So yeah, Hwasin is now landing that command center on the right side, and I just don't think he's going to be able to secure it. DT drops going off there, forced to unsiege. Now he's forced to siege back up because of this just massive ball of Protoss units coming in here. And I think if Backho can win this battle here, yeah, I definitely think he's going to be able to. He's definitely going to take the game. These Zealots need to run in here, Mine Drag. Yeah, Mine Drag's going off all over the place. And these Dragoons, there's just so many Dragoons left. It's just, yeah, not looking good for Hwasin. I love how they do that, how they zoom up on the player's face. But I think we all saw this coming from a mile away. Once the Protoss player takes the lead, it's just so hard for the Terran player to take it back. Especially on a map where you need to have an early advantage to cross those bridges and secure yourself a good position, but it just doesn't look like that's happening now. Yeah, an empty bunker. By the way, yeah, I was told to not yawn into the microphone like that, but I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, the command center being forced to lift, EMP researching at that science facility, and it's not looking good. The whole Terran ball was lost there, and the Terran ball takes such a long time to reconstruct. It's like rolling, I don't even know, it's like rolling a ball of molasses rather than rolling a ball of, like, styrofoam that, like, snowish style styrofoam that build, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, for the Protoss player, but anyways, Hwasin looking to do some Vulture harass. He's not going to be able to do anything with that. Another Nexus is going up, so it's looking like it's going to be 6 base versus 2 base. And you usually don't see that, especially even especially in a standard game like this, where both players just kind of went for, you know, like regular builds, and usually it's just 1 base ahead. But this is just this is absolutely disgusting. So we're pretty much waiting for the recall here. That Arbiter right there may very well be the one who does it. He may be the one who gets the Purple Heart for the recall, although they're going to have to put the Purple Heart on a on his casket, seeing as there's so many turrets out in the field there. And my vent has crashed again. God damn it! I think it's just something with my router. But anyways. Recall going off in the main base here, not looking good. The Zealots are running amok all over the place, and yeah, there's a ton of Zealots there. Actually, that's the unit choice. And GG coming from Hwasin. So GG. It looks like the Oz team is in a good position to win it right now. I think they're in yeah, more taunting going off there. I can't believe the amount of taunting that's going off right now. So it's a tie. It's a tie right now, but Jaedong is in the next set. So I'll see you guys then. GG.
자, 위기 상황에서 팀을 구해내고 있는 손찬호 선수입니다.
네.
경기를 원점으로 돌려놨거든요.
팀전이다 보니까 이런 식으로 복수 세레머니 역시나
네.
재밌네요.
그렇죠. 자, 이제 우리 경기는 에이스 결정전으로 가게 됐습니다.